Alright, you're going down. Okay, good morning. Welcome to Creations by Karen, and today we are going to make a Valentine's wreath using Deco mesh. So when you come on, make sure you say hi so I know you're here. Good morning, Cassandra. How's everybody doing this morning? Okay, so Valentine's Day is approaching. It's also my son's birthday, Valentine's Day. Special day. So I thought we'd go ahead and make some Valentine's Day crafts in the next couple of weeks. So today we are going to make a Deco mesh Valentine's wreath, and that's the one that's hanging up in between that big wreath I have on the back. Pretty easy to make. It takes a little bit of time, but I'm going to show you how to do it, so let's get crafty. First thing you're going to need is one of these heart-shaped wreath forms. Now, I managed to get these at the end of last season at my local dollar store. I've been to every dollar store in London. There is none. They don't even have regular wreath forms right now. So if you hi Jackie, if you find some, scoop them up, because I don't know, they're saying that their distributor hasn't been able to provide them with them, so I don't know. Anyways, I have a few of these, so if you want one, just message me and I'll make sure you get some, because last year I scooped a lot of them up. Okay, so a heart-shaped wreath form. You're going to need some Deco mesh. Now, I managed again to get this Deco mesh at the end of last season. So you're going to need 3 rolls of red, and this is 6-inch Deco mesh, 3 rolls of pink, and 3 rolls of white. And I'm going to cut the red so you see how I use my wood burner, right? It's afternoon there, Jackie. Yeah, I think you're in England, right? Okay, you're going to need some chenille stems. I've got white and just cut them in half. And I'm going to, of course, use a red one for hanging up. Good morning, Bonnie. And you're going to need some ribbon, because basically I want this to be fairly simple and just put a nice ribbon in the middle of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I'm going to show you how to cut the mesh. When you're using a wood burner and mesh, this has a bit of plastic in it, so it's important to provide coverage for your nose and mouth, because apparently it can be quite toxic to you and for your pets. So I don't want myself or Lexi to get sick. So if I'm cutting a lot of it, I do wear something to protect my nose and mouth. And of course I did make this little handy mesh holder. Not hard to make. You've seen me use this before. So you just slide your mesh on, and it's just 2x2s mounted on a base with the dowel in between, and I just used a power drill to make the dowel hole. Yes, I'm in the UK. Hope you and all your followers are doing okay over there. Yeah, we're doing okay, Jackie. It certainly isn't as bad as it is in the UK. I feel bad for you guys. You've got that new strain of COVID. But yeah, we're on lockdown. I think it's going to be extended, but who am I, right? Got a lot of crafts to make, so I'm okay with that. As long as it gets rid of it all. Good morning, Bonnie. Alright, so this is my Deco mesh that I'm going to cut. Now I want it cut into 10-inch strips. So I've marked the 10 inches on my board that I have. Now, this was something really reasonable that I get, because you can buy those big graph boards, but I'm not doing that. So I just got a piece of poster board and I marked my lines on it, and then I got I got some glass and just placed it on top, because if you're cutting wood on it if you're cutting mesh on a table, it'll go right through and burn the table. So you don't want to do that. Good morning, Heather. So anyways, I've got my mesh all ready to go. My wood burner is cut. Now this is a wood burner that I was able to get at Michael's fairly reasonably. It's got a lot of different attachments to the end of it, and I just use the same one all the time. And it can be very hot, so you have to be careful. So I'm just going to take my mesh, and this is a new roll, so I'm always going to cut sort of the end, and I'm just going to cut a few pieces, so I'm not going to use my protection, right? So you just come at the top and you just try to find your way down using a grid line. Right. And with a wood burner, I mean, certainly you can use scissors or a rotary cutter doing this, but what happens is it frays a lot. And the last thing I want to do is spend a lot of time cutting off pieces of fray. So you just take something to hold this one in, And it doesn't have to be exactly 10 inches, but as close to 10 inches as you can. So then you just take your wood burner and you come down, and that basically just seals the edges of it, right? So it doesn't fray as much. Yes, you do have some fray still, but it's not as much as you would normally have. I'm going to cut 2 more pieces. Good morning, Bren. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Fort. Cold in Thunder Bay this morning, Fort. I'll be there soon. Hopefully. Just cut it down. And I'm going to do one more for you. So basically, this is a fairly easy way to cut your mesh. Good morning, Annie. And not have a lot of fray. You, like I said, you still have some fray, but certainly not as much as you did before if you were just using scissors. Okay, so down we go. Just take your time doing this, and that way you have good seal. So that's it. So that's how you cut your mesh. So you're going to cut 3 rolls of red, 3 rolls of white, and 3 rolls of pink. And you can get the red and the pink right, and I think you can get the white at Dollarama. I think it's $1.25. Good morning, Jeannie. $1.25 a roll. I'm going to need 3 rolls of each. Okay, so I'm going to put this down so I'm not going to use it anymore. All right. I'll put this over here so I don't burn myself, because that'll happen. Okay, now I am going to be using my Bodabra to do this. So basically, got my Bodabra, and you can get this online. You can get this at Michael's. You can get this, I think you can get them at Walmart. And they've got another piece that fits in. But basically, all I want to do is take my red mesh strip that I've cut to 10 inches, and I'm just going to roll this, right, from one end to the other. So if you've used your wood burner to cut this, you not have to worry about fray. So basically it looks like this, just a tube. And I'm just going to place this in the middle of my Bodabra, like that. Okay? And you want it to be fairly even there. Then I'm going to take a white piece, same thing, same cut, the same size, and just curl it up. Find the middle of it. You can turn it like this to find the middle and stick it in your Bodabra. And then pink. And the reason I did white in between is because it separates the colors, right? If you put the pink against the red, you can't see it as good, because I tried it. So once again, just roll it up. Turn it so it's in the middle and stick it into your Bodabra. Now once you've done that, you're going to take a chenille stem. You're going to take this out of your Bodabra, and you're going to take your chenille stem and you're going to wrap it around your little set of 3. And you're going to give it a good twist, right? 3 times is fine. So this is kind of what you look like after you've done that. And it doesn't look like much right now, but it will, because I have a whole lot of it. I'm going to show you again. Take your red first, just curl it. Find the middle, put it in your Bodabra. White next. Good morning, everyone. Nice to see everybody this morning. Curl it up. Turn it. Slip it in. And a pink. Alright. Turn it and come down. Take them all out, taking a chenille stem, and it fix them together. Turn it up so they're all the same, and give it a twist. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Lisa Lou. Okay? How's that? I want a thumbs up if you guys get this so far. This is the hardest part. And you're going to need 40 of those. 40 of those sets. That's why you need 3 rolls of red, 3 rolls of pink and 3 rows of white. Now do it one more time. Oh, look at all the thumbs up. You guys have got it, laughing. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. Alright, one more. Roll it up, and these are cut at 10 inches. Stick it in. White next. Thumbs up, Gay, good. Gay, I can make you a crafter. I can. This is not hard to do. Once again, these are really, the heart-shaped frames are really hard to get right now. I didn't even see them on Amazon, so I do have a few here. If you want one, just let me know and I'll make sure you get it. Look at you guys. Crazy. Alright. Take your set of 3. Take your Chanel stem. And then just come around. And I like to turn it up so I know that it's centered. And that's just because I'm OCD, right? You don't have to do that. And just give it a twist. Okay? There you go. So I've made 3. And I have 37 more. Alright? So I'm going to put this aside for a moment. I will use this at the end to make the bow. Good morning, Candy. Alright. Going forward, we got my wreath. Now, there's different sections of this wreath form. So in this one, I'm going to put 4 of those sets of 3. I'm going to put 6 on this one, 6 of this one, 4 in here, 6, 6, right? So that's where you get that from. And I'm saying 40 because I like to do a little fill-in if I need to. Okay, so just to be safe, do 40. So the first thing you're going to do is put this part in. Okay, this part where it dips, where it's the heart part. And I'm going to use this middle row for the entire wreath, right? And you're only going to use the middle row, not any of the other parts of the wreath, just the middle row, all right? So what you want to do is you want to take your set of 3 that you've got here, and you just want to stick it in between the rung and give it a twist. Nice tight twist. Okay? So it's on there. Now don't worry about the way it looks right now because that'll all change. And then I'm going to put another one right next to it. So there's 2 on that side. And give it a good twist. And then 2 on the other side. Now I've got a whole bunch of them made here. Stick it in and give it a twist. You can make everything. It is easy, Bren. If it wasn't easy, man, I wouldn't do it. Seriously, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. If it wasn't easy to do, I wouldn't do it. Oh. And then just put this one in. So you've got 2, I'll show you at the back in a second. So just going to stick this in here like this and give it a twist. And it gets really full, and that's what you want. You and your crafts make me happy. Oh, good. Thanks, Bonnie. Alright, so you see how they're all kind of looking the same here? So what I want to do is just twist them a little bit so they look not so the same. Right, and it's just my preference. Just giving them a twist. Now the more you manhandle it, the more this mesh will fray. Okay? So, by twisting it, you're just changing the colors a little bit. Okay? Cool, right? So we're going to go ahead and just fill all the rest of them. So I'm going to put 6 in here, and 6 in here, 6 in here, 6 in here, and 4 at the bottom. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do that for you. And this doesn't take a whole lot of time. The hardest part is doing the cutting the mesh. That took a while. And then putting them, and then I rolled them all while I was watching TV. I mean, yes, I do watch TV. I don't watch a lot of it. I like the cooking channel, which is crazy because I don't cook, and I like HGTV, where they're doing home renovations. That's kind of probably my favorite. So you're going to need 6 on this side. So I'm just going to stick these in. And I'm going to go ahead and cut all these Chanel stems off after I get them all in. Right? So once again, this doesn't take a whole lot of time to put together. The time is when it takes to cut the mesh and roll them up and make them into sets of 3. You always put the red at the top as you go around the wreath. When I'm making the sets of 3, Mary, I always start with red, then white, and then pink. You don't have to put it in any way, like you don't have to follow my rules. It simply just makes it easier for me. And I would always start the same way. You can do it any way you want. Right? So now I've lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One more. Whoops, on the floor. Put this one in here. And I'm going to go, once I've got them all in, I'm going to go and fluff them all and turn them all a little bit so they don't look all sort of similar. And I cut all the Chanel stems off. Good morning, Scotty. Look at all you guys saying hi to each other like that. I like that. You guys become a little group of friends here on my channel, and I like it. Alright, so I've got my 6 here. See how full it's getting? Pretty. I like it. And then you're going to go down the side here. Once again, 6 down in this area. You're watching and learning. Oh, you're going to craft, Scotty. Or what? I want to see a picture of that. I would like to see a picture of you crafting, Scotty. Annie, take a picture of Scott crafting and send it to me, please. Because that would make my day. Nice to watch, Karen, with you. Lonnie, nice, guys. Fills in really fast. It totally does, Bren. Yep. It fills in really good. And when I made this originally, I was thinking like, because you know I don't sleep. I think about crafting. And, well, I think about other things too, but lots of crafting. So, I'm very good with a glue gun. Well, that's good, Scott. Good to hear. To try to decide how to make things and make them look pretty and make it easy for you guys to do this, because you know, if it was hard to do, 1, I wouldn't do it, and 2, you would lose interest, right? So, you know, I hope that I can make things a little bit easier for you guys. Yeah, I know, guys. Okay, I love talking, I lose count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you go to get the 6th one in, it's snug, man. It's really snug, but that's good. Because that way you won't be able to see through it, right? And even though I did use a wood burner on this, because I'm playing with it, there is some fray, and I'll go back and cut those off. Those little pieces of fray. Once it's all done. Alright, so this is my 6th one. As you can see, it's tight in there. It's good, guys. Oh, Why did I see an unhappy face? Okay, that makes me sad. All right, so we've got 6 on this side, 6 down this side. I'm going to put 4 at the bottom. And then we're going to go the other side. So this doesn't take long to get done. Like I said, it's the hardest part is cutting the mesh and rolling it up. I might cut my ends off when I get this next one in. So that means this one side is completely done. Good morning, Brenda. You're a bit late to the party. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you can make it. Glad you can make it to the party. All right, so I have all these Chanel stems in here. I'm just going to take my aviation snips and cut them off. So I just start at the bottom, work my way up. Make sure you have your garbage can handy. Now I am going to put a back on this one because that's important to me. What's going on here? What did I do here? All right. One moment, please. We have a technical error. Just going to turn this down. Push this in. There we go. There we go. Like the colors. I like the colors too. Yep, Valentine's Day. Yeah. Is everybody thinking about Valentine's Day or no? I think about it because that's my son's birthday. Best Valentine ever. Don't need a gift because I got him. You like the colors? Yeah. Yep. Now, for those of you who have worked at the hospital, I don't know, Gay, do you remember when Kurt was born? Some of you have been around that long. I think you were working in the nursery, Gay. There we are. Okay, so there's my one side. It's all cut at the back, and then all these are on. Okay, so I'm going to go to the other side now. Right? It's pretty. Right? And yes, there is a dip. It's not a huge dip, but it's fine. Okay, going forward. I'm going to put 6 on this side. Alrighty. I know, it's pretty. I like to put different wreaths on my front door for different occasions, like all the nice you know, like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Canada Day. You are so fast. Just putting them together. It goes really fast once you've got all your mesh cut and your mesh rolled into the sets. Now I talk and then I lose track of how many I've got in here. Now I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. 6. I sure do. Tiny little Kurt. I know, Gay. He was tiny. I know. Well, you know, it was all worth it in the end, right, Gay? He was tiny. He challenged his mama even back then, before he was even born. I'm going into the last set, guys. But he turned out great. One. Did you work in 4-H then, Gay? Oh yeah, I guess you did. I was back when South Street was still there. Has anybody gone by South Street? The hospital at South Street? There's not much left of it. A lot of it's been torn down. And the nurses' residence across the street, it looks like transients would live there. It's all boarded up. I think it's a heritage. Is it considered a heritage thing? 1, 2, 3. Now, so they can't. I don't know if they can tear down the nurses' residence. The old nurses' residence. I'm going through that tunnel for break. Very happy ending, yes it was. Yep. Alright, one more on this side. We're running out of room. There we go. Yes, my shirt does. Well, my shirt's a little bit purple, but okay. So let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more here, and then 2 at the bottom, and the mesh part is done. Running out of room. There we go. And then just 2 at the bottom here. Okay? One more. Apparently I made too many because I had a whole nother bucket. Might have to make another wreath then. Do you see I have a shop now on my Facebook page? Yes, I'm starting to work on that. So you can buy stuff. Great memories at the old Vic, yeah. Yep, you can start to buy wreaths on my Facebook page now. I have a shop. Facebook said that would be a good idea. Alright, so I've got all my mesh put in. I'm going to take my aviation snips or wire cutters, whatever you have, and just cut your excess Chanel stems off. Make sure you don't come too close to the rung, and these will fall out, and you don't want that. Yes, you can make them on. Wow, 7 heart operations. Wow. Yeah, the tunnel was scary, especially on nights. I know when I worked in the OR at South Street, we used to climb out the anesthesia window. You know how they had the anesthesia office by the OR. We used to climb out the window and sit on top of the roof and smoke. Those were good times back then. That's when you weren't, you know, if we weren't working all night. Okay, so there's what we got so far. And now I just want to go around and just kind of twist them around so that the red comes through. Everything looks pretty. There we go. Looks pretty good, actually. There we are. So it does come to a V. There we go. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is put my hanger on it. Good morning, Bonnie. Lots of good times at South Street. Yeah. Yes, those were the good old days. So get a Chanel stem, leave about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches at the top, give it a twist, just enough to hang it. And you want to come in at the on the top rung. You just come in, give it a twist around, wrap it around, because you want it to make sure that it's not going to travel on you. Nice tight twist here. I'm just going to come once around this side. And then around this side just to stop it from moving around. And just twist it again. Okay. That looks good. There we go. That's awesome. Love this heart. I do too. Okay. So there's my heart-shaped wreath so far. Now I'm going to put it down here so I can show you how to make the bow. So I've got my hanging thing here. So this just will sit up on here for a minute. And I'm just going to put it over here while I make the bow. Turn it so you guys can see it. There you go. All right. I get that in my nose and it. All right. So I'm using 3 rolls of ribbon. 1, 2, and this is, I'm using the end of a roll, so I'm using just like plain red, a pink and red, and a red with hearts on it. So I'm going to use my Bodabra to do this. Here's my Bodabra. So I'm going to leave about a 6-inch tail. I keep freezing. Oh. Well, I am cold. 6-inch tail. So I get to my 6-inch mark. I'm going to give it a little extra. And then I'm just going to place this into my Bodabra. Is everybody else freezing? Am I freezing on anybody else's? This is 2-sided, so I don't really need to turn it like I would normally. And then put this down. Everybody else okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're still good, guys. And I'm going to do 2 loops with this bow, if I've got enough. Maybe slightly smaller on this side. Nope, good here. Perfect. Sometimes if that happens, Jackie, you might have to go out and come back on. Alright, so there's my just solid red on my Bodabra. I'm going to put pink on. I'm going to do the same thing with the pink. Leave about a 6-inch tail, and I will cut these. and just scrunch it in. Now, this is only one-sided, so I'm going to come in, put it down, then I got to twist it, make a loop, place it down, give it a twist, place it down, give it a twist, because you want 2 loops on each bow, give it a twist. Totally warm by my fireplace. Oh. Freezing as in, okay, freezing as in, oh my god. Freezing as in, it was like stopping while I was doing this. You guys are crazy. Alright, so I'm just going to cut this piece off. Oh my god. Alright, so there's what's the size of your loops? I think they're about 4 inches. 4 inches or so. There you go, there's with the 2 in. And then I'm going to go with just the heart one, the red heart one. Same deal. And I just liked 3. I just liked what it looked like putting 3 in. Turn it, looping, looping, it's down. This is the one that everybody's going to kind of see, so I want them to be fairly uniform. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to get another Chanel stem. Oh, trying to be ready for you guys so I don't have to get up. But I got to get up because I got to get another Chanel stem. Put in the middle of this. Okay, so there's my 3 for this. Put that off. You know what? I'm going to save these because here. This is really good. If you have to paint something, you can stick them inside the tops of these. That's why you should never throw anything out. Alright, I gotta get up and get a Chanel stem. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna go with red. And going with keeping with the red theme. So you just take the whole thing out of your Bodabra, like this, and then take your Chanel stem and place it around the center of it. And you want this to be really tight. Okay? Three twists is always, 3 is my favorite. Okay, so now we want to fluff our bow. So I take my red and I open up my red, and what I usually do is just put my fingers through them and open them up. And then take my little pink on the inside here. Put your fingers in and open them up. And then red. Go to the other side. Open these up. These two. And then my last red. Okay. So this is what you're left with here. Pretty bow. Now I want to put this onto the wreath. So I know that I want to put it sort of down at the bottom, closer to the bottom. So I want it to sit sort of like this. So all I want to do is take my wreath. I'm going to take the top chenille stem and feed it through here to the very bottom of the dip where the dip for the heart is, right? So I'm just going to feed it in here. Now I don't want to put this on really tight because I don't want to change the look of the bow, right? So just move your mesh away, stick this in. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to find the bottom chenille stem. There it is. And just give it a good twist at the bottom. Alright. And cut this off. Chenille stem. So let's have a look. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to fluff these out. I'm going to put a back on it first and then I'll fluff it out. When it's completely done, because once I turn it around to put the back on it, I'm going to have to redo the fluffing. Anyway, okay, so here's what we got so far, guys. It's my Deco mesh wreath. And I'm going to fix the bow because right now I'm going to put the back on it, okay? So you know how I feel about putting backs on things. I think it's important to put a back on because it covers up the whole back part of the wreath, right? So I just took a piece of foam before I started making this and traced out the wreath, the outside wreath, and then cut it out, right? And then I poked holes in it using just a hole puncher. And then I'm just going to affix this to my wreath using tie wraps. So here are my tie wraps. 4-inch tie wraps. Oh, and I got a new toy, and I'll show you what it looks like. You'll like it. I like it. Show you my new toy in 1 minute. So I want to fix these all down. So where I have the top, where the hanger is, I'm going to go on either side of that first and affix my, and you don't want to put these all on tight because you got to make sure you got them all on before you make them tight. You want, yes, gorgeous, thank you guys. Oh, yeah, I try to be, I am a unique personality, that's for sure. Oh, yes, I am unique. There we go. Like I said, don't secure them. And so I don't put all of them, like I just don't go around. I just randomly put tie wraps on because I want to make sure that everything is covered, right? So I just put tie wraps in. Love it. Good. Yeah, it's important, I think, whenever you're doing a wreath, to put a back on it, Bren, because you don't want your wreath to hurt your door, right? And even though I'm just using Deco mesh, I am using things like Chanel stems would scratch door. So you want to make sure that you use some needle nose pliers to pull. You always want to make sure you put something on the back of it in order to protect the door. And also it just kind of looks finished. I like things to look finished. I think when you don't put a back on it, it doesn't really look finished. So once again, I'm not tightening these up yet, right? Good morning, Jerry. You're late for the party. I was wondering where you were. I was getting nervous. You slept in, Jerry. Just come around here. Well, you're going to have to watch the replay, Jerry. Okay, so once I have my whole back on it, then I'm just going to go around and put the rest of the tie wraps in. Like so. Yes. Yes, the heart gnome, like Valentine's gnome, yes. We're going to be doing that one next week. The Valentine's gnome. You people are gnome crazy. Hey, if you want to see something, if you want me to make something, you just need to tell me. I mean, people are crazy with gnomes right now. I don't know. I mean, I think they're cute, but I don't know if I would, I don't know. They're fun making them. Didn't notice the time. Oh, all right. I set my alarm for you guys. Not that I'm a sleeper anyways, but whatever. Okay, so this is my last tie wrap going in. So I'm just going to go around and snug all these up. Right? Snugging. And I'll show you my new toy. It's fun. So when I'm making a lot of wreaths and I'm using tie racks and stuff, cutting them and tightening them up can be a bit of a challenge. My hands get really sore. Sorry, I need a drink. So I bought this. Look at it. Looks like a weapon. So this is secures your tie wrap and cuts it at the same time. So I'll show you. So I got to stand up to do this. So you just come down. Of course, I'm just learning how to use it. Come down and cut, and it cuts it and it makes it tight. Just really cool, right? I mean, certainly you can just use a pair of old scissors to do this, but I like toys. Crafting toys. Neat, eh? Yep. And this is going to be good when we're using a Unique in the Creek board, because I use mostly just tie wraps for those. How fun, right? Hi, Fran. Is the Gnome Tuesday or Sunday? No, it's not a $10 craft. It'll be Sunday. It'll be next Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to do $10 Tuesday. $10 Tuesday is not going to be every Tuesday. I'll let you know ahead of time when I come up with something. But I think we might do something on Tuesday, but I'll let you guys know. No, that's next Sunday, the Gnome. I know, it's really cool, right? There we go. Last one. Well, that didn't cut it off very. There we go. Cool, right? Now I'm just going to fix my bow. Cut it off a little bit. So I'm going to fluff out my bow. I got it on Amazon. Right. Alright, so my bow's fluffed. And now I'm going to ducktail my ends. What does ducktail mean? That's craft lingo, ducktailing. It just means making the ends look finished again. So ducktailing, all you do is put your ribbon together. And just cut it. It just looks finished. Of course, I went the wrong way. See, even I make mistakes. I make lots of mistakes, guys. I am by no stretch of the imagination perfect. Nope. Last one. There we go. Okay. This bad boy is done. Like it. Like ribbons that kind of just flare out. No rhyme or reason. There we go. All right. That, my friends, is my Valentine's Day wreath. Ta-da! This is the back, completely finished. What do you think? Give me a thumbs up if you would like to see this on your door. Yeah? Okay, so that's it for today. Next week we're going to make the Valentine's gnome. Next Sunday. That Valentine's gnome right over there. Hanging up. Are you doing a shamrock? Yes. Very pretty. Going to make mine. You have everything. Awesome, Jerry. Yep. Want to see pictures? Love it. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Okay. Yes. I am going to be doing a gnome St. Patrick's Day wreath. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, here, I'll move this. He's over there. Now that I've made kits for that, or I'm in the process of making kits for it. And the kits themselves will be $40 for the kit, and that will include everything you need to make that wreath, the gnome, the St. Patrick's Day gnome. Everything you need to make it will be included, with the exception of hot glue. You need hot glue and a pair of scissors, right? You need, and something to cut tie wraps with. So hot glue, pair of scissors, and wire cutters, right? So those are the three things that you need to make it. I only have 6 available, and so if you want a St. Patrick's Day wreath gnome kit, you need to message me. Oh, good. Yeah. You need to message me. So the first 6 people that message me and say they want a kit, they get the kit. And then on March 1st, I'm going to do a special tutorial on how to make the wreath. You'll get the wreath with instructions, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut everything already, so you'll get it and just need to put it together. All right? So yeah, that's it for today. Yay! Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I do tutorials every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, except if I'm out of the province or out of the city, which is like once every 6 weeks or so. And until then, I'll see you guys next Sunday, maybe Tuesday, and maybe see if we can do a $10 Tuesday. And we're going to make that Valentine's heart gnome. Anyways, that's it, guys. Still stay safe. Keep to your little bubble. And I'll see you Sunday. Love you all. Bye.